Congratulations! You just made an essential game-changing move and now have your own website and a lot of new tools to work with. This is your main control panel and one of the ways that you'll interface with your site. You can always get back to this page by clicking Home at the top left of your screen. The other items in this menu are shortcuts to some of the most useful sections. This search box will help you find anything else you're looking for, and you can click here on your username for fast access to change passwords or contact information. The last button in this row is for when you want to log out. An easy way to find your control panel again is to type your domain name into a browser and just add a /cpanel at the end. You'll be using this login screen a lot, so you might as well bookmark it, and then make sure that you can get back in with your username and password. There are tons of features here in your cPanel, so let's move a few of these sections around and customize your homepage a bit to focus on the most important ones. We'll leave the Preferences window here up top. The first icon is fast access back to your separate account management panel for all the important billing and web hosting stuff. If you want to change your cPanel password so that it's different than the one you log into your AMP with, you can do that with the second password and security icon. This one will take you to the support center and give you some contact options if you ever have technical problems with your hosting account. Scroll down your control panel until you find the section that says Files. By left-clicking here and holding down the mouse button, you can drag that whole box up to the top and then release the button when it's just under the Preferences window. This one will get used a lot because it's got your backup system and file manager. We'll get into backups later, but right now click the File Manager. Your main website directory is called Public HTML, and it contains all of the content that's available through your domain name on the internet. Left-click twice to open it up. If you were to upload an image file into this folder by left-clicking the Upload button and then selecting it from your computer, it would then exist online as a URL link that looks like this. We'll upload your podcast artwork and RSS file right to this home directory, but most of your content will be organized into different folders that you'll create here, and look more like this as a link. Yourwebsite.com is the main public HTML directory. Images is a folder inside that directory, and image.jpg is a file inside that folder. Right-click over any of these for options to download, copy, or delete. Just close the File Manager tab to get back to your home page. The next area we should look at is your Mail Control Center. Click the icon for email accounts so that we can make your first new custom email address. It's a good idea to start with a general all-purpose public one like info@yourwebsite.com. Type it into the email box, choose a password, and create account. Now try it again and use your name this time to create a more personal name@yourwebsite.com address that you can give out to people. You can make as many of these as you need, and it's a really helpful way to separate incoming public and private email streams. I actually don't use the built-in cPanel mail system at all, and I think you'll also probably want to just keep using whatever email platform you already like. You can forward these new addresses to any other account that you're using day to day. Let's do that now by going back to the Mail area on the home page using this button at the top. Ignore everything else in the Mail section and zero in on the Forwarders icon. Clicking that will let you add Forwarder to pick where those new email addresses should send everything, maybe your Gmail or whatever you check daily. Repeat that for all of the new ones that you made. When you're done here, click Home to exit, and then open up another browser tab with your main email account. Try sending a test message to your new website addresses to make sure that they get delivered back to you in your inbox. It should go through right away or at least be there when you refresh your screen, but in Gmail, for example, clicking on All Mail instead of the regular inbox is the only way to see messages that you sent to yourself. Other than the autoresponders being useful to have separate from your private inbox settings, all of the other options in the Mail section are much better handled in your personal email account, so let's forget about them. The next area of your cPanel that you'll visit a lot is called Metrics, and now that we've set up some emails and forwarders, you might as well drag this one above it and just under the files for easy access. It's really interesting to have so much information about who's listening to your podcast and how people visit your site. The Metrics area has a few helpful tools for understanding your web traffic. You'll never get the same numbers from any two services, so it's great if your host gives you a choice between a few of them like this. My favorite is AW Stats because they break it down a little more, but I also like to compare by checking the Webalizer readout sometimes. With sites that are selling advertising space, Google Analytics is considered the standard measurement of traffic, and you can eventually plug that into WordPress, but it doesn't track activity on RSS feeds. The ones here will give you a much more accurate picture of your podcast traffic by showing you how many times each file has been accessed, along with lots of other useful information about your listeners. We'll eventually look at a few more things in your cPanel, but that's all you need for now, so log out with the button at the top right.